recording, just so I have a record of that as our minutes. Laura, do you have any issues, any ongoing issues that we need to address?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Just
Well,
what James said
yep,
about
yep. So about the
Metronet.
Metronet, we'll
Yes.
certainly get that to you. I know out east, over in Howard's area, they continually have calls with Metronet, and certainly we see a lot of, as not only Metronet, but with a lot of the, the larger telecoms, we're seeing people come in and people go out. People come in, people go out. So certainly we'll continue to communicate with you guys on that. Do you guys personally have any major projects that we want to discuss, that you may have some issues with, other than the whole Metronet stuff?
Are you asking me?
Sure, any of you guys. We'll
Oh,
start with you, Laura. Yeah.
well, James can answer that better than I can.
Okay.
We do have some projects, but not really. It's one of those things where, like I said, Hope County has continued to grow, and water and sewer has been one of those things where we're having a lot of installs being done by engineering firms and contractors. But no, ma'am, nothing else that's really major. Um,
Okay. All right. So just the Metronet projects just impacting you guys the most, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
yes. Now we do have some other issues with some other um, installers and constructions that's going on in Hope County, but that's just another engineering firm. But we kind of can have a relationship and a conversation with them. We can kind of basically kind of curtail a lot of their stuff. But with Metronet, it's a different animal.
Gotcha. Gotcha. 10-4. Marcia, how about you guys? Are you guys doing any major work for Piedmont or?
No, not in the Hope County area just yet. We kind of just finished up with our, I think we had to lower our gas main for the new aquatic center that was going into Hope County a few months back. But we haven't done any other major work other than our normal maintenance or routine maintenance work.
Okay, cool. All righty. Hilton, I see you're on here. Is there anything you want to add?
No, ma'am.
All right, perfect. Well, if I may, I will go ahead and maybe hop into the presentation and kind of go through that real quickly and try to get you guys back on your way.
Can I just
So,
say something?
yeah, sure.
Wherever you are is beautiful.
Oh, that's just my background.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Isn't it though? Yes.
It is.
That's the beauty of being able to work from anywhere. You can place the background. All right. Oh, looks like it's got out of sync. So let me get back. So we're at the beginning. Can you guys see my screen? All right. Well, certainly it is that time of the year. It's hard to believe that we are already into almost into July, and it's hot. It's already getting hot already. So, all right. So I will pop in into kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on all around the state, which it's really pretty much the same. As I say, same issues, just different locations. One of the biggest things that we continue to have a problem with is obviously just timely communication. We just need to talk, and it sounds like you guys are continuing to talk with Metronet, so that's good. The more communication, the better. And they've been pretty good about communicating all across, their footprint. So they're also out east. I know they're going to be heading towards Hickory. They're really, placing facilities all around the state. The southeast, which we consider that more the Charlotte area, all the way over to probably Hickory, that area, communicate with each other, attend the UCC meetings. typically we see people when they have problems, but we want to try to communicate and have people attend the meetings on a monthly basis or quarterly, ever how often that UCC meets. And then out east, one of the things that we've seen, and it's kind of spilled over into your area too, is we're finding that some of the members are not populating the positive response. So just as a reminder for your utilities, once you locate, please make sure the positive response gets added in there. That's a requirement by the member, and of course for the excavator to check it. So we're just reminding people to do that. There's still a percentage of some of the smaller utilities that are not populating that positive response. So what we're seeing is that sometimes they'll go ahead and mark it, but they're not adding the positive response. So we need that for the excavators. And then of course the pre-con meetings are just a key factor. I prior to working with 811, I worked for a municipality for 12 years, and pre-cons were a norm for us. So when I came into the, on this side, which I've been in for 12 years as well, I found it very odd that pre-cons were not just an everyday occurrence. And so we still continue to, especially since COVID, we got to have these pre-cons to make these projects work. And then, of course, over in the Piedmont Triad area, Greensboro, Raleigh, all of that area, permits. What we're seeing is that there's a lot of permits that are not received yet, but they're continuing to place updates into, excuse me, the system for tickets. And so we're trying to encourage people, stop updating tickets if you don't have your permits or the work is suspended, which we'll talk a little bit about that next. And then, of course, just like with MetroNet, there's a lot of this fiber overbuild. And what we're seeing is some of the smaller utilities are getting so overloaded that they can't keep up with the locates. So once again, those pre-cons are so important so that they can manage their ticket load, because obviously they're not a large entity, and they need more communication in order to make those projects work. So those are some of the stuff that's going on around the state. It's busy, and it's only going to get worse because the money is beginning to flow. What we have created, and next time Tammy's out your way and you're on site, I'll have her to bring some of these flyers so that you guys can hand them out to your contractors. We do have on the back side of this flyer, there's a lot of good tools and communications that can be used with the contractors, but I was part of the team with Common Ground Alliance that created this flyer. And the reason we created it is it's not just in North Carolina, but it's all across the nation. We are seeing just a huge influx of update tickets. And so what I wanted to share with you guys this month was some of the tips. We have a feature within our software system. And what that does is if your ticket, for any reason, the work has stopped or you're waiting on equipment, we're asking you, if your projects are suspended for any reason, please let the ticket just expire. Okay, let your update ticket expire. That ticket will stay on our live server for approximately 90 days. So at any given time during that 90 days, you start the work back, you can go find that original ticket. As long as the scope of the work has not changed, you can update the ticket. So it's pretty simple. Once again, let the ticket just expire. Go grab the ticket again within that 90 days, update it, and start back working, as long as the work's not changed. If the scope of the work has changed or it's outside of that 90-day window, you'll need to create a brand new ticket. But I think this is really going to help kind of relieve some of that stress on the system with locators. The main thing is we've just got to get the contractors to understand that resource is there for them. So if you want to take this slide, show it to some of your contractors or do a tailgate meeting, feel free, and then we'll get you some of those flyers. They're kind of heavy card stock, so people can keep them in their vehicles, and or you guys can hand them out. So you just let me know what you need and we'll make sure we get it to you. Do you have any questions on this? I just want to make sure that you clearly understand how these update tickets work. All right, well that I'm going to move on and kind of talk a little bit about what's going on in your area. Just to kind of give you an idea of where we've landed, our locate tickets for the month of May are up 6.7% compared to the same time last year, and then year to date we're up 8.5%. The totals are just staggering. The numbers continue to increase over and over. When you look at the transmissions, we are up 6.9% compared to this time last year, and year to date 7.5%. And it all kind of rolls back into, how are we going to be able to control all of this volume? And how we do that is we've got to communicate and have these pre-con meetings and continual meetings on and on. So I wanted to jump into the Hoke and kind of give you an idea. I noticed, I'm going to apologize in advance. I noticed some of Tammy's slides here, some of the numbers weren't matching, but I'll focus a little more so on the snapshot of each county. I'm showing here that there were 1,093 new tickets, but these are March. So I know that's incorrect. So I'm just going to kind of push through that, and I want to come down to what numbers we had for May in Hoke County, and that was 1,318 tickets. Rayford, as you guys were saying, 1,083 of those tickets were right there in Rayford, 66 in Red Springs, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. You guys tell me. Dunderic? Is that the way you pronounce that?
Yes, ma'am, that's close enough. I
Okay.
heard it pronounced so many different ways. Dundark,
Dundark.
I guess.
Well,
yes, ma'am.
The thing is how all the locals, how did the locals pronounce it?
Based on what county you're in. If you're in Robertson County, it might be different. If you're in Hope County, it might be different. But I heard it pronounced Dundark.
Dundark. Okay, well there you
Yes,
go. So it looks like there's some work going on over there as well. And Rockfish has 22 locates. So interesting areas. But I find most of the time it's all the locals that pronounce them correct. All right, so Scotland County, once again, these are the March numbers. So I'm going to push over to the numbers here for May. 389. Laurenburg had 229 of those over in Scotland. Any of you that are on the call, do y'all have anything over in the Scotland area? I know there tends to be not a huge amount of work going on, but Wagram 75. So, I don't know if that's the highway project going through there.
No, ma'am, not through Wagram. I'm pretty sure it's not.
Gotcha. The only thing I can tell you about Wagram is they have a awesome gun shop over there that my husband visits regularly, unfortunately. All right, so I'm going to kind of jump over into the damages. This report here is going to show you the highest damages in the state, where they're coming from the county, and that's Mecklenburg and then Wake. So if you follow over to Hoke, we're showing 20, which we do realize a lot of that's coming from that MetroNet project, but we're confident that there's a whole lot more out there than that. Scotland, there was absolutely no damages that were reported in Scotland. So we can pretty much guess that that's probably not accurate. But all these damages are a culmination of what's been reported to 811, and then any members that are reporting to Common Ground Alliance, that's where these numbers are coming from. So it's kind of a snapshot of our state. To kind of give you guys just a look ahead of some of the things that are coming up, we are closed for 4th of July, so Tuesday is not part of that 3 working day notice. So just keep that in mind as you're planning work. July 11th, we will have our state UCC meeting that will be held over in Concord. You know, that does rotate throughout the state, and that's July 11th. July 18th, we will have an Underground Damage Prevention Review Board meeting. We do meet quarterly. I have the privilege of sitting on that board representing NC 811, so I'm sure we'll have quite a few cases to review. Some of the outcomes that we're seeing right now is a lot of the gas operators are providing complaints to that board, and we're reviewing those. And one of the last ones that we've had was electricians placing ground rods without locates, and they're hitting gas lines. So just a reminder, if you see folks out there, especially in these neighborhoods that are placing ground rods, just remind them to please have locates. Our Locate Resolution Partnership Committee, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that, but it's kind of a spinoff from our UCC meetings, and we really focus on, or have been focused on for quite some time, on the update tickets and trying to reduce those. Our July 21st is our NC 811 board meeting. We give a snapshot of everything that's happening, whether it be numbers, updates. We talk about the homeowner tickets. We, talk about any issues that are happening within the state and within NC 811. So once again, you guys are always open to any of these meetings. 811 days, just right around the corner. Just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up ahead of time. There's a link here, nc811.org/811-day. That will take you directly to our campaign materials. We've got, anything from graphics to social media postings, anything that you guys want to do to highlight 811 Day. If you will just send that to Tammy or myself, we'll certainly share that information, in everybody celebrating our 811 Day. So we look forward to that. We've got lots of things going on. And I did want to mention that we have purchased a interactive education trailer. The trailer is about 16 feet long. It's got a faux floor in it. It's got utilities that are within the area of the trailer, so that we're going to educate people of what those utilities look like. And then it comes with a dig box. We'll pull the dig box outside, and we'll let kids, adults, whomever dig. And as they're digging, if they strike a water line, water's going to shoot up. If they strike a gas line, it's going to shoot air. So it's great interactive education tool. And so we're in the process of branding our trailer, and we'll soon have it on the road. So if you guys have an event you want us to bring it out to, just let us know. We'll be more than happy to. So keep a lookout for that, and that'll be coming in the next probably month or so. All right, with that, once again, here's our team. I know Tammy is your liaison, and hopefully she'll be back in full steam ahead next meeting. And of course, I'm always available to help you guys any way possible. I will post this presentation out along with our sign-in sheet. So if you need to grab that at any given time, you can do that. And then I will place the actual live presentation of our recording out there as well. All right. Well, with that, that's all I have for you guys as far as the presentation. Is there anything else we need to discuss? If not, I can certainly, Tammy will reach out to you guys and kind of determine, what you want to do, whether you want to meet on site, or do you guys like these virtual meetings, or what would you like to do?
I like them.
Okay.
I do too.
I find they're great, but I also like that one-on-one, opportunity to where we can try to get some other members to the table. So if there's anyone in particular that you want us to see if we can get to the meeting, let us know, let Tammy know, and we'll certainly see if we can get them there if you're having any additional issues.
Mhm. Need to get MetroNet.
All right. I will. I'll personally, I mean, I know Chuck very well. I'll see if Chuck can try to get their project manager to your next meeting then, see if we can have that face to face. I mean, I love these virtual calls, but nothing beats that face to face, just to be able to have that good conversation. So,
Right.
all right. Well, if there's nothing further, guys, thank you. I appreciate you taking your time this morning to hop on the call, and please let us know if there's anything we can do to help.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. You guys have a wonderful day, and hey, happy 4th of July. Enjoy a little time off.
Happy
Thank
Thank
you.
Fourth
you.
to
Thank
you.
you.
All right, guys, have a blessed day.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
You.